friendship could be. My little pony. Until you all shared its magic with me. Big adventure, tons of fun. A beautiful heart, faithful and strong. Sharing kindness, it's an easy feat. And magic makes it all complete. You have mine. Did you know you're all my very best friends?
Rarity likes for her sister Sweetie Belle to stay out of the way while she's working. And apparently with very good reason.
I'll just go and stand over there, where I'll be out of the way.
I've lost a lot of time and I cannot have any more interruptions. What now?
So this is a hybrid of a Fluttershy episode and the very first official Cutie Mark Crusaders episode. Anyway, it's alluded to that Fluttershy has a particular stare she does that scares animals into obeying her, despite the fact that she's never done it before. Just kidding, actually she used it on the dragon in Dragonshy, so good continuity. The lack of continuity is where Opal acts aggressive towards Rarity when she was a lot more docile and suited for success. Oh well, I'm just nitpicking now. Anyway, Rarity is on a super tight deadline involving some fabric she actually made herself.
But I think it adds just the right touch, don't you?
During a time when Sweetie Belle is visiting and having a sleepover with Apple Bloom and Scootaloo.
Cutie Mark Crusader sleepover at Rarity's! Yay! And look what I made us!
So apparently Sweetie Belle made those capes in a matter of minutes. That's pretty impressive.
Sweetie Belle, what have you done? Sorry, girls. I'm afraid the Crusader's sleepover is cancelled.
What?
I love it when Sweetie Belle's voice cracks like that. So Fluttershy offers to have them over at her house.
All right.
Cutie Mark Crusader sleepover at Fluttershy's cottage! Yay!
Only good things can come from this.
Won't this be ever so fun? We can have a nice little tea party, sit quietly and color.
Wow, Fluttershy is so out of touch.
I'm staying up all night! Me too! Me free!
And that's the reality.
We are the Cutie Mark Crusaders! And we want to crusade for our cutie marks! And we, yeah, what they said.
Sweetie Belle is my favorite.
We could go adventuring in the Everfree Forest! Yeah!
The downside to being at Fluttershy's house is that it's very close to the Everfree Forest.
Careful, you don't break anything.
And this is why Fluttershy would go on to have her tubes tied.
I know! We could be Cutie Mark Crusader carpenters!
Carpenter?
Well, to be fair, they couldn't make the table any worse.
Hammer! 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 That doesn't look like a table. We were making a table?
I'm oddly distracted by the lavender nails that were holding that table together. Has anyone tried making decorative nails like that in reality, so they aren't just functional but pretty also? Seems like it might be a neat idea.
How about a game? It's a game about who can be quiet the longest. I'm the world champ, you know. I bet you can't beat me.
I believe you, Fluttershy. I love it when ponies puff out their cheeks. It's so damn adorable.
I lose! Me too! Me free!
And that worked about as well as could be expected.
It's time for bed, don't you think? Aren't you excited to get all toasty and warm in your snuggly-wuggly little beds?
Snuggly wuggly?
Like I said, out of touch.
Hush now, quiet now, it's time to lay your sleepy head.
I know this one!
Oh, how wonderful! Why don't you sing it with me?
Hush now, quiet now, 'cause it's time to lay your sleepy head.
Wow, that's a big singing voice to come out of such a little pony.
Hush now, quiet now, lay your sleepy head.
Sweetie Belle is actually a great singer. She just doesn't know how to rein it in. Or just doesn't want to. So Sweetie has disturbed the chickens outside, so they need to be rounded up into the coop.
Girls!
I love how Scootaloo and the chicken are in the same pose.
In you go.
And so Fluttershy uses the stare.
There's some good chickens. Okay, good night.
So of course they don't stay in bed, especially after they look out the window to find that one of the chickens escaped and went to the Everfree Forest.
Oh wait, now I know how to call a chicken. Skidaloo! Skidaloo!
And a meme was born.
Twilight?
So Fluttershy follows them and instead finds Twilight. after she has been turned to stone.
What's happened to you? Don't move. I'll be back for you.
Girls! Our special talent is not arguing. Besides, what would the cutie mark of some pony whose talent is arguing even look like?
Probably like you three. So Fluttershy finds him and reveals that there's a cockatrice on the loose, and that's how Twilight was turned to stone.
A cocka what now?
It's a frightening creature with the head of a chicken and the body of a snake.
That doesn't sound scary. That sounds silly.
It does look pretty goofy, but it's still dangerous. That's a bit disturbing for a cartoon.
Behind me now!
So Fluttershy takes charge and...
You should be ashamed of yourself. I have half a mind to find your mother and tell her what you've been up to, young man.
You tell him, Fluttershy.
And turn Elizabeth and my friend Twilight back to normal.
The cockatrice's stare is no match for Fluttershy's.
Do you understand me? Are you girls all right?
You're like the queen of stairs. You're the Stairmaster.
Title drop.
What happened?
And why is my eye all slimy? So the CMC apologized for causing trouble, and Elizabeth is okay, just stuck.
You certainly do know how to handle those girls.
And Fluttershy admits that taking care of kids and taking care of animals are two very different things.
It's time to...
Allow me. Girls,
That said, she does have the CMC figured out.
I guess I'm just as good with kids as I am with animals.
And so ends the Stairmaster. This is a solid episode, not my favorite or anything, but everything in it works. I can kind of see how some people dislike the CMC since they do sometimes come off like stereotypically hyper-annoying kids, and I guess some people find that grating. But it's done that way intentionally, and I generally find it funny. Call of the Cutie just kind of put it over the top to the point where I did find it grating, plus there was whining involved. But to me, this episode doesn't cross that line. I'm sure I would find these kids annoying in real life, but for the purpose of watching them annoy others on the show, I find them entertaining. So we have another mythological creature show up, but it's not Greek this time. The cockatrice showed up in the Elizabethan era, and yes, it really was supposed to have a dragon or serpent-like body with the head of a rooster and tended to be shown with bat wings. It didn't look as goofy as it did here, but it is technically pretty accurate, except for the head looking more like a hen, but that was probably done so it could be mistaken for Elizabeth. One big difference is that in the myths, looking at a cockatrice wouldn't turn you to stone, it would instantly kill you. Obviously they couldn't have that happen on the show, so they probably borrowed the stone thing from Medusa. Also, those weird-looking creatures that you can ride on in Golden Axe and showed up as enemies in Altered Beast are referred to as cockatrices, though they're missing some of the features. Anyway, the lesson in this one is pretty straightforward. Kids aren't as easy to deal with as pets. Next up is the Showstoppers. See you then.
My Little Pony. My Little Pony friends.
all I needed to do was just show them who's in charge. Nothing's gonna get past Fluttershy. Good with animals, good with kids.